your life will be richer, and our country will be strong. We need your service right now, in this moment, our moment in history. I'm not going to tell you what your role should be. That's for you to discover. But I am going to ask you play your part, ask you to stand up, ask you to put your foot firmly in the current of history. I'm asking you to change history's course. If I have the fortune to be your president, decades from now, when the memory of this or that policy is faded, and when the words that we will speak in the next few years are long forgotten, I hope you remember this is a moment when your own story and the American story came together. That moment when history bent once more in the direction of justice. Thank you very much.
I'm Abby, and I was wondering if you were elected president, would you legalize gay marriage?
You know, I would not legalize gay marriage at the federal level. What I've said, though, is that I will make certain that the federal government provides the exact same benefits and rights to those who enter into a civil union as they do into a marriage. Because part of the problem that we have right now is even if a state recognizes a civil union, you still end up having a federal government that doesn't recognize it. So with respect to Social Security and other, there are about 1,200 benefits that are not conferred to a same-sex couple. And my job as president is to make sure that all Americans are provided those same benefits and those same rights. That's what I intend to do as president of the United States. What team are you on, man?
Cornell College.
You on the football team?
No, I wrestle.
Are you wrestling?
Your border patrol plan.
My border patrol plan. Well, look, let me talk about immigration more broadly. We have an ongoing problem that has not been solved. There's been a lot of rhetoric, a lot of politics, a lot of shouting, but we haven't solved the problem. 3.5 million undocumented workers have come across the border since George Bush took office. 3.5 million. So we have to create a comprehensive approach to the problem. Number one, we have to have strong border patrols and strong border security. And that means everything from physical barriers to better patrolling to better surveillance, and all that costs money. And we have actually been allocating money to improve border security. But understand, we can't build a wall across a 2,700-mile border. And as somebody has said, even if we build a 50-foot wall, somebody will find a 51-foot ladder. So we have to do more than just the border security. Probably the most important thing we can do to get control of our immigration problem is to hold employers accountable for who they're hiring. Because you see these raids and you get like 50 people rounded up, but during most of the Bush administration, it was more likely that you got struck by lightning than that you got prosecuted for having hired illegal immigrants. And so, as a consequence, a lot of employers have been hiring employees who have no protections. They can't advocate for minimum wage laws because they might be deported. They can't advocate for worker safety laws. They might be deported. They can't join a union. They might be deported. And so employers have been taking advantage of that, and that is depressing wages. So we've got to create a tamper-proof system of verification, not just a Social Security card number. And we have to say to employers, you will be held accountable and punished for hiring undocumented workers and take that seriously. That's step number 2. Now, step number 3 then is we've got 12 million undocumented workers who are already here. Many of them have lived here for years. Many of them have children who are U.S. citizens because they were born here. The notion that we're going to round up 12 million people and send them back is just completely unrealistic. We would have to essentially use all of our law enforcement resources. We'd have to stop prosecuting other crimes just to devote to rounding up undocumented workers who have broken the law but don't pose a public safety threat. Not only that, it would change who we are. I mean, we're already getting stories of mothers being grabbed out of their homes or workplaces and separated from nursing children who are placed in the Department of Family Services. That's not who we are as a nation. So what we have to do is be sensible and say, well, they have broken the law and they're going to have to pay some consequences. So let's give them a pathway to legalization. They've got to pay a fine. They've got to learn English. They have to go to the back of the line so that they don't get